Have you ever felt trapped by the endless cycle of hope and disappointment? Every day you wake up with dreams of change, only to find that the same struggles hold you back. You wonder why the life you want seems so far away and why quick fixes never work. The truth is, real change comes slowly, built one small step at a time. Today, we break free from the myth of overnight success. I want to share a new way of thinking, a way that frees you from the trap of waiting for that sudden breakthrough. Instead of chasing huge, far-off goals, imagine focusing on the simple actions that move you forward each day. This is a call to let go of empty promises and embrace a process that respects your true pace. It is not about giant leaps, but about the small steps that add up to a better life. Take a deep breath and prepare to discover the power hidden in your everyday choices. Your future starts now, with each small step you choose to take. Every time we set a huge goal, we fill our hearts with hope. We fill our hearts with hope. We imagine that one giant step will fix everything, but soon the dream becomes too heavy to carry. We launch forward, riding a wave of excitement, only to trip when challenges arise. How many times have you told yourself, this is it, only to fall off after just a few days? It feels like the harder we try, the further away our dreams become. Picture trying to sprint up a mountain without proper shoes. The journey is rough, each misstep adding to your doubt. Every setback chips away at your belief in yourself. Instead of steady progress, you end up stuck in a loop of high hopes and deep disappointment. This cycle traps you in a pattern where big goals lead only to pain and frustration. The truth is clear. Chasing huge dreams without a clear step-by-step plan sets you up for a fall. Today, it's time to face this hard truth. Recognize that setting unachievable targets only deepens your struggle. Instead, choose a path that builds up slowly. Remember, every small step counts and offers a chance to break free from the trap of endless empty promises. Let this be the moment you decide to change the rules. Many believe that only grand gestures bring about real change. We assume that without dramatic moves, nothing will shift. But what if the true power lies not in leaps but in inches? Think of those who have quietly lost 100 pounds over 2 years. They did not rely on a single dramatic act, but on small, daily adjustments that steadily reshape their lives. Big efforts often lead to burnout. Smaller, manageable steps make the journey less frightening and more real. Focusing on what you can do today helps you see progress that builds on itself. This steady approach makes change feel natural rather than forced. Instead of waiting for a dramatic breakthrough, embrace the simple truth. Little wins add up over time. The pressure to achieve everything at once only holds you back, except that small actions done every day create a lasting shift. This clear, steady method frees you from the fear of not achieving a giant leap. Let your daily actions speak louder than any grand gesture. Imagine improving yourself by just 1% each day. It may seem small, almost unimportant, but change is not a tidal wave. It is a steady drip that fills a bucket over time. Every tiny improvement adds up, building a foundation that grows stronger with each passing day. Start by choosing one small action that brings you closer to your goal. It might be reading a single page of a book, taking a brief walk, or setting aside a few minutes to plan your day. These little acts may seem insignificant now, but over time they add up into real progress. Focusing on a 1% improvement removes the pressure to overhaul everything at once. Instead, it gives you permission to grow bit by bit. Just imagine what you can achieve in a year if every day you get a little better. Each small step is a building block that creates lasting change. Today, decide to improve just a bit. Start small and let that small shift open the door to a brighter path. Just improve 1% today. That's all it takes to begin a better tomorrow. Progress is often mistaken for giant leaps, but it is more like stacking bricks. Each small, steady step builds a wall of strength. Every tiny effort counts, even when it seems unimportant at first. Instead of waiting for a dramatic breakthrough, focus on what you can do right now. Small wins, repeated day after day, create real change that lasts. Think of your progress as a steady climb where every step is essential. Tiny steps, taken consistently, will always outlast short bursts of energy. This is a new way to see success. Real, everyday wins that build a solid future. Let's break down the numbers behind steady improvement. Imagine that each day you get 1% better. At first glance, 1% may seem like a small drop, but add that drop to every day and you see that the effect is far greater than a simple sum. It's similar to how a small saving grows over time with interest. Each day's effort builds on the last, creating a ripple effect that turns a tiny gain into a powerful force. A small step today makes you better prepared for tomorrow. Every 1% gain multiplies over time, turning everyday actions into significant progress. Over the course of a year, these small gains build up to results you might never have imagined. The math is simple. Steady, small improvements lead to big results. It is not a quick fix, but a quiet, steady force that can change your life. Each choice to do one more little thing right sets off a chain reaction. Small actions lead to bigger actions, and before you know it, you have built something strong and lasting. Trust in this simple math. Even the smallest shift done day in and day out can reshape your future. Embrace the power of daily improvement and let it carry you forward. Relying on a burst of energy can be risky. That spark fades quickly, leaving you searching for another quick fix. Instead, building small habits is a steady way to move forward. Habits work quietly, day after day, guiding you toward better results. They become part of your routine, making progress feel natural, even when the initial fire has dimmed. Think about routines like brushing your teeth or making your bed. These small actions happen almost automatically. Now imagine applying that same idea to other areas of your life. Rather than waiting to feel ready for a big change, set aside 5 minutes each day to stretch or plan your next task. These simple acts build a chain of progress that supports every other part of your day. A quick burst of drive might give you a moment's energy, but a steady habit keeps you moving forward long after that spark is gone. Let your daily habits be the fuel that carries you through each day, turning small actions into lasting change. Every day, the small, unremarkable actions you take build the foundation of a brighter future. It is not the grand gestures that separate winners from those who remain stuck. It is the quiet, steady repetition of simple tasks. When you wake up and choose to make your bed, when you spend a few extra minutes reading or planning your day, you are investing in yourself. Think of athletes practicing the same drills day in and day out, not because they are easy, but because they work. 1%, one step, one choice. Every small decision you make, repeated over and over, creates a powerful force that shapes your future. These daily routines may seem mundane, but they are the secret to lasting progress. The hidden power of discipline is found in doing what needs to be done, even when it is not exciting. This simple act of showing up again and again is what builds skill, strength, and resilience. Embrace the boring, the repetitive, and let it be your path to greatness. 1%, one step, one choice. Over time, these small efforts add up, proving that true success comes not from sudden leaps, but from steady, reliable work. There is strength in taking the long route rather than a burst of energy that fades quickly. A flood makes headlines, but a steady stream changes landscapes. When you try to push too hard for a quick win, you risk burning out and missing the subtle gains that build over time. Would you rather dazzle for a moment or change your life for good? The truth is that short-term intensity often leads to empty show, while slow, persistent progress creates real, lasting change. Each day you choose to work at a measured pace, you build a reserve of strength that sustains you through challenges. By pacing yourself, you allow growth to settle in, deep and unshakable. The secret lies in being patient and understanding that every small, focused effort is a step toward a larger goal. It is not about how fast you go, but about keeping steady when others rush ahead only to fade. Your lasting change comes from the quiet power of enduring effort. Imagine your life as a savings account. Each small action you take is a deposit, and every simple routine adds interest to your future. With every choice you make, you build a reserve that grows over time. Each action is a deposit. Each habit is interest. Keep investing in yourself day by day and watch your fortune grow. The path to success is laid with small, consistent deposits. Start today. 1%, one step, one choice. What is stopping you today? Is it the belief that there isn't enough time, or the fear of making a mistake, or perhaps the lure of staying in your comfort zone? These barriers can cloud your vision like a thick fog, obscuring the path that lies ahead. When you choose to wait for the perfect moment, you let time slip away, and fear tightens its grip. Ask yourself, would you rather be trapped by a ticking clock, paralyzed by worry, or lulled into inaction by the ease of comfort? Every moment you delay is a moment lost in building the life you want. Instead of letting these obstacles define you, Face them head on. Recognize that every barrier is simply a challenge waiting to be overcome. Time is yours if you decide to use it wisely. Fear loses its power when you step forward, and comfort becomes a trap when you stop growing. The choice is clear. Break free from the fog of hesitation and take control of your future. Today, choose to move forward despite the barriers. Your life will change when you decide that nothing is too big to overcome and no challenge too daunting to face head on. Too often we hide behind what we call reasons. We convince ourselves there's a solid cause for why things remain unchanged, a justification that sounds logical on the surface, but when you peel away the layers, most reasons are just excuses in makeup. They are the words we use to cover up our fear and to avoid the hard work of change. We say, "I don't have time," or "I'm not ready," when in truth, these statements are masks for our reluctance to leave our comfort zone. If it matters, you'll make time. If it doesn't, you'll make excuses. A real reason is born from a deep desire to grow. It isn't a feeble attempt to justify staying put. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you giving yourself a valid reason, or are you disguising excuses to avoid action? It's time to strip away those layers and face the truth. You deserve honesty with yourself. When you let go of false justifications, you realize that the power to change lies within your own hands. You owe it to yourself to be clear, honest, and brave in your choices. Today is the day to shed the disguises of self-deception and commit to the real work of growth. Let this truth guide you to a new path. Excuses shrink you, excuses blind you, excuses bind you. Every time you choose to hide behind a reason, you limit your own potential. These reasons act like heavy chains, confining your vision and keeping you from reaching greater heights. Instead of stepping forward with courage, you cling to what feels safe, locking yourself in a room of missed opportunities. Think of each excuse as a weight that drags you down and narrows your view. You're not stuck, you're just gripping the chains. When you let go, the air feels lighter and the path ahead becomes clear. The harsh truth is that these excuses distort what you're capable of, convincing you that avoiding risk is safer than reaching for something more. With each small act of defiance against these reasons, you break one link in the chains that hold you back. Let your actions be the force that shatters these bonds and opens the door to all the promise that awaits. Staying small has a heavy price. Every moment spent hiding behind a reason steals a piece of your future. You trade away years of possibility for the comfort of not taking a risk. The cost is not just lost time, but lost dreams and unfulfilled potential. When you choose to settle for less, you let fear decide your path. Ask yourself, will you look back and say, "I waited too long to take myself seriously"? Each day that passes is a chance to grow that slips away. You miss opportunities to learn, improve, and build a life filled with purpose. The life you could have is hidden behind the safe choices you make today. When fear wins, you are left with regrets and the haunting echo of what might have been. It's time to break free from this self-imposed limitation. Stop letting comfort chain you to a life that feels too small. Look in the mirror and decide that you deserve more than a safe, uneventful existence. The cost of playing small is too high. Waste no more time. Stand up, take charge, and dare to step into the bigger life waiting for you. Decide now, will you lift yourself up or remain trapped in mediocrity? Your future depends on the choices you make today. Raise your standard or accept the life you keep settling for. This is a simple truth. You are the only one who can change your course. Step up and demand more from yourself. Do not settle for what is easy. Your true worth is waiting on the other side of hard work and high expectations. Remember, you can't build a skyscraper on shaky values. It's time to stand tall and choose growth. Every day, the choices you make become the building blocks of your future. What you do daily becomes who you are permanently. It might not seem like much at first, but small actions add up over time to create lasting change. Each morning, each decision, each tiny effort lays a brick in the foundation of your life. Small habit, big shift. That is the secret. By committing to one small act every day, you set in motion a process that transforms your entire being. Imagine your habits as the bricks of your future home. What are you building? Every time you decide to rise a little earlier, spend a few minutes planning your day, or learn something new, you invest in your future. These actions may seem minor at the moment, but over days, months, and years, they form a strong, unshakable structure. When you stick with a simple routine, you build discipline and strength, not through overwhelming bursts of effort, but through steady, persistent work that compounds over time. Think of the power in reading a page of a book, taking a brief walk, or jotting down one idea. Each small choice repeated daily moves you closer to your goals. Start with one thing, Then don't miss a day. Embrace these small habits and watch them create a big shift in your life. Your destiny is built brick by brick, day by day. Every day you wake up with plans and dreams, yet it is not enough to simply set a goal and hope for change. Goals give direction. Systems create movement. When you rely on a goal alone, you leave too much to chance. Instead, build a system that makes it clear what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Imagine your daily routine as a set of small, reliable actions that carry you forward, even on days when you feel low. Instead of saying, "I will be healthy," create a plan that fits into your week. Don't aim to eat healthy. Build a system where meal prepping is part of your Sunday routine. With a system in place, guesswork disappears and showing up becomes automatic. Each step fits into a clear process that frees you from relying on a burst of energy that soon fades away. Your day becomes a series of deliberate moves toward a better future, where every action builds on the last. Trust the process and let your system carry you forward, turning plans into habits and habits into lasting progress. Consider the power of linking a new habit to a routine you already have. Think about your morning ritual, brushing your teeth, brewing your coffee, or starting your work. What if you could attach a new habit to one of these familiar actions? Can you tie your future to something you already do daily? For example, while the coffee brews, read one page of a book. That simple act becomes your anchor, a small habit linked to a trusted routine. By associating new actions with established ones, you ease the effort needed to begin. Soon this new habit feels as natural as your morning cup. Picture your day as a chain of connected actions that build success without extra strain, creating a seamless flow of progress. Sometimes the smallest achievements go unnoticed, but tracking them can change everything. Think of each small step as a drop of water filling a bucket. A drip fills the bucket, but only if you know it's dripping. When you take a moment to record your progress, whether in a journal, on a checklist, or with a simple app, you see the picture of your growth unfold. Each mark is proof that you are moving forward, even when changes seem too small to matter. Can you mark one win every day for the next 30 days? Over time, these little wins add up, building a quiet confidence that fuels your drive and reminds you that every effort counts. Your actions define who you are. Every choice you make, every habit you build tells the world that you are committed to living fully. Be the person who doesn't miss. Show up day after day, not because you are forced to, but because it reflects the strength within you. When you build small habits, you build a lasting self. Habits don't just shape outcomes, they shape you. Embrace your power and let your daily actions reveal the person you are becoming. Step up, stay steady, and own your future. All too often, our hearts demand quick fixes and instant wins. We rush, chasing the thrill of immediate results, ignoring the slow work that builds lasting success. The urge for fast progress tempts us to cut corners and give up when rewards are not immediate. If you quit too early, you lose what you were building. Every effort, no matter how small, lays a brick in the foundation of your future. Think of success as growing bamboo. Nothing shows above the ground for years, then suddenly there is explosive growth. That hidden work, that quiet persistence, is what creates real change. When impatience takes hold, you break the chain of daily actions that were slowly building strength. Each time you surrender to the urge for instant gratification, you rob yourself of the rewards that only patience can bring. Consider the effort you put into learning a new skill or building a muscle. The visible results may not appear for weeks or months, but every day's practice is a seed planted for the future. Instead of seeking the instant win, honor the slow process and trust that your perseverance is at work. Shift your focus from quick victories to long-term gains and watch how each small step builds an unshakable future. It is all too common to compare your first steps to someone else's long journey. When you see others' success stories, it is easy to feel behind. Their highlight reel is not your reality check. Instead of chasing applause, focus on chasing growth. Every person has their own pace, and measuring your day one against their day 1,000 only leaves you feeling lost. The steps you take, no matter how small, are the true markers of your progress. Remember that your path is unique. The only comparison that matters is with the person you were yesterday. Celebrate every small win and let your own journey be your guide. In a world full of distractions and shifting voices, hold fast to what matters. Ignore the noise, trust the process, stay the course. The wind will howl, but if your roots are deep, you won't bend. Every time you are tempted to stray because of external chatter, remind yourself that your progress is built on steady, deliberate actions. Even when results are not immediately visible, every step taken adds to a strong foundation. Picture your journey as a river carving its path through rock. It flows steadily, overcoming obstacles without haste. Let the refrain echo in your mind. Ignore the noise. Trust the process. Stay the course. Over time, these small acts will create powerful change. Sometimes it feels as if your hard work is lost in a void with no results in sight. Yet progress is always delayed and never denied. Every effort you make today plants a seed that will blossom later. You may not see the roots growing underground, but they are the reason the tree stands tall. Meaningful growth takes time. Even when the changes seem invisible, every step builds a foundation for tomorrow's success. Trust that each moment you invest is part of a process that will eventually bear fruit. Shift your focus from short-lived wins to a lifetime of growth. Life isn't a sprint, it's a staircase, with each step building upon the last. Don't aim to win the day, aim to win the decade. Every action you take should be a building block for your future. Think long-term, plan for years ahead, and let every small effort contribute to lasting success. When setbacks come, see them as lessons that propel you forward. Keep your eyes on the horizon and remember that true progress is measured in years, not days. Imagine for a moment who you could become if you improved just a little every single day. Who would you be if each day you took one small step to build a better version of yourself? 1% better today, 1% stronger tomorrow, 1% closer to who you're meant to be. It starts with a simple decision. Choose to grow, even when progress seems minute. Each day is a blank page, an opportunity to write a new line in your story. Every small act of effort, every moment you choose to push forward adds up to a remarkable journey of self-improvement. Think of the quiet power in daily habits that build over time. Picture yourself reading a page, taking a short walk, or spending a few minutes in reflection. These small actions may seem ordinary, but over months and years, they accumulate into something extraordinary. You are the author of your upgrade. Write a new line today. With every tiny improvement, you reinforce your ability to grow and adapt. Your future self is already waiting, shaped by every little step you take today. Embrace the journey of gradual change and watch as each day adds another layer of strength, wisdom, and potential. Who would you be if you got just a little better every single day? The answer lies in the choices you make, one step at a time. Your habits are the silent votes that shape who you become. You don't need to fake it until you make it. You need to act like it until you become it. Every repeated action builds your identity. Each choice, no matter how small, sends a message about what matters most. Your daily routines are the building blocks of your future self. When you invest in habits that mirror your values, you cast the vote for who you are becoming. It is easy to underestimate the power of small actions, yet over time, they add up to a force that defines your character. Every morning, every decision, every routine reinforces the person you are meant to be. Let your actions speak for you. They are the evidence of a life lived with purpose. Choose wisely, for your habits determine the essence of who you are. To grow, you must let go of the weight of your past. Clinging to old ways, fears, and habits only hold you back from the future waiting to be claimed. You can't upgrade your life while clinging to outdated software. It is time to release the self that no longer serves you and to make room for the person you can become. Picture shedding layers of old skin to reveal a brighter, stronger version of yourself. The past may have shaped you, but it does not dictate your future. Have the courage to walk away from what is familiar. Each moment you free yourself from yesterday's chains opens up space for growth, confidence, and vision. Ask yourself, will you remain loyal to who you were, or will you step up for who you can become? Embrace change and welcome the opportunity to reinvent yourself. The future awaits those who dare to let go. Now is the moment to rise and claim your power. It's time to become the person you were designed to be. Every day offers a fresh chance to build a stronger, wiser, and bolder version of yourself. 1% better, 1% stronger, 1% bolder. Every single day, your actions have the power to shape your destiny. Do not settle for a life half-lived, for comfort is not your ally. Step into the light of your potential with determination and resolve. The path is clear, and the only barrier is the one you set for yourself. Embrace the journey with an open heart and let every action affirm your worth. It's time to become the person you were designed to be. 1% better, 1% stronger, 1% bolder every single day.